Well, it did collapse.
That's called business, by the way.
9 million people. I think it's real.
I did not.
Science is real.
I do not say that.
And I think it's important that we grip this. I have thought about this quite a bit.
Yeah, for 30 years.
I have, well, not quite that long. What worked and how we can make it work again.
Well, he approved
3 million
NAFTA.
New jobs,
He approved
a balanced
NAFTA,
budget,
which is the single worst trade deal ever approved in this country.
Incomes went up for everybody. That helped to create more new jobs.
Well, you haven't done it in 30 years or 26 years.
Well,
any number you
I've
want
been
to
a senator,
You
Donald,
haven't done it.
And
you haven't
I
done
have
it.
been a
And
Secretary of State, and I have
Your
done
husband signed NAFTA, which was one of the worst things that ever happened to the manufacturing industry.
That is your opinion.
You go to New England.
The terms were laid out. I wrote about that in...
You called it the gold standard.
Well, I hope...
You called it the gold standard of trade deals. You said it's the finest deal you've ever seen.
No.
And then you heard what I said about it, and all of a sudden you were against it.
Well, Donald, I know you live in your own reality, but that is not the facts. A good deal, but when it was negotiated, which I was not responsible for, I concluded it wasn't. I wrote about that.
So is it President Obama's fault? Is it President Obama's fault?
Even announced. Look, there are
Secretary, is it President Obama's fault?
There are
because he's pushing it.
There are different views. $5 trillion to the debt.
But you have no plan.
Oh, I do.
Secretary,
in fact,
you
I
have no plan.
A book about it and explode
You are going to approve one of the biggest tax cuts in history. You are going to approve one of the biggest tax increases in history.
These charges and claims. And so we have taken the homepage of my website. Take a look. Because
and take a look at mine also, and you'll see.
Not add a penny to the debt. I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not? More crazy things. Now, let me say
there's nothing crazy about not letting our companies bring their money back into their country.
This is Secretary Clinton's 2 minutes, please.
I happen to
then you
support
didn't read
that.
it.
I happen to support that because it would so advantage you and the business you do. You've proposed an approach that has a $4 billion tax benefit. And when you look at what you are proposing,
for my family?
It is,
Lester,
as I said, he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
that makes
if
me
he's
smart.
paid zero, I made a mistake using a private email.
That's for sure.
And the other thing I think is important.
It would be squandered too, believe me.
If your main claim, pay what the man needed to be paid, what he was charging you.
Maybe he didn't do a good job, and I was unsatisfied with his work, which our country should do too.
The thousands of people that you have stiffed over the course of your business negotiate down the national debt of the United States, our country. You know, the vibrancy of the black church. So there is.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not.
Murders are up. All right, you'll check.
New York has done an excellent job. But Putin is playing a really tough, long game here. The invasion of Iraq.
Wrong.
That is absolutely proved over and over again. He actually advocated for the actions we took in Libya. That's not good judgment. That is not the right temperament to be commander-in-chief. The worst part of what we've heard Donald say has been about nuclear weapons, as far as I think anyone with any sense about this should be concerned.
That line's getting a little bit old, I must say. Listen,
it's a good one, though.
I would like to.
Well describes the problem.
It's not an accurate one at all.
Pregnancy is an inconvenience to employers, who has said women don't deserve equal pay unless they do as good a job as men. Then he called her Miss Housekeeping because she was Latina. Donald, she has a name.
Where did you find
her name is Alicia Machado.
Where did you find
and she has become a U.S. citizen, and you can bet she's going to vote this November.
Okay, good.